What's going on YouTube? Craig here from All Tech Together coming at you with another product review. And today we're going to look at the Creative Halo Bluetooth speaker from none other than Creative. So before we get started, like all my reviews, this was sent to me by Creative for review. But like all my other reviews, that will not change my views or opinions on a product. Irrelevant if they give it to me or if they send it to me or not, I want to tell you exactly what I think of this product. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So, the Creative Halo is a different sort of Bluetooth speaker. Normally, Bluetooth speakers are sort of like a small little brick, or they're like a big cylinder or something like that. This is sort of like a weirder sort of like not semicircle, an oblong sort of speaker. And it's a little bit deceiving because it looks a lot bigger speaker-wise than it actually is. The speaker itself is only this small inner piece. The sides aren't speakers. So you have sort of the mids and the trebles will come through, or mids and the highs will come through the front. And then on the back portion is sort of where you will get your bass and your lower frequencies coming out of the back. But we'll talk more about sound here in a few minutes. So, holding the Creative Halo in my hand, it feels like a decent speaker. It's not too light, it's not cheap feeling by any stretch. And this sort of speaker mesh or fabric on this portion is also continued around the sides and then on the back. But on the top and the bottom, you have some nice anti-slip matte black plastic. So on the top, we're dealing with some buttons. So we got the power button up here. We also have the volume down. We have the play, pause, and answer calls. There's a speaker in here. So if you want to answer calls, you can answer a call coming through your phone. Right beside that, you'll see a little hole. That is going to be your microphone. Then you'll also have a plus button, which is your volume up, or skip track if you hold it. And then the negative, I guess, is back a track if you hold it. And then you have your light up button. And more on that button in a few minutes. On the side, nothing really, but on the side they have sort of like a tether strap, so you can hook this to a carabiner onto a bag for travel, things like that. Then on the bottom, you have a little tapping for threaded connection, so if you want to put this on a little stand or a pedestal, you can secure it that way. And then on the back, again, we have this nice soft touch plastic, and we have a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary jack. So if you want a hard line in your phone to use this, you can, as well as a micro USB charging port. And they do send a micro USB cable with it, but no wall wart or charging brick. So you'd have to source that out yourself. That is sort of my one downfall to that. This is a $50 to $70 in there somewhere Bluetooth speaker. It would be nice if companies started sending those wall warts with us again. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of companies aren't. They're cheaping out, but that is what it is, okay? So build quality, again, is really nice for the price. It only comes with just the cable for charging. That's the only accessory it comes with, which isn't great, but again, $50 to $70, you're probably not gonna get a ton. But with that out of the way, let's talk about sort of the biggest part of a Bluetooth speaker is the sound. Creative is good with sound. Some of you may not like them. Some of you might think that they're overhyped. Hey, there's so many different sound companies or audio companies that make things that are overhyped. I mean, Beats by Dre, Bose, heck, even some Sony products I've heard. Yeah, they sound good, but not for the price. But Creative, I find, always sounds decent for the price. So at $50 to $70 US, this speaker sounds good. There's nothing fundamentally wrong about it. The nice front gives you that nice sort of mids and trebles, where the back gives you sort of the lower bass frequencies. Would you be using this for like a raging party in a house? No, you wouldn't. Would I be using this as sort of like out camping, setting out a stump or a picnic table? Yeah, that's where this really, I think, would shine a lot. Or even in a smaller get-together, maybe you're having some friends over for a games night and you want a little background music. So the sound is good. It's not amazing, but you're not paying that sort of premium price for a massive, booming, exceptional, wide soundstage. Now, the last thing we want to talk about is that light button on the top. This is an RGB speaker. So you have some creative control on how you want the speaker to look. So if I turn it on here, so you can see hopefully, and I'll do some B-roll, that the lights are shining around the rim. And that sort of mirrored outer ring, that halo, if you will, gives sort of a glow off it. Which when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that is a super cool idea. Now, after the first little bit, that glow sort of, I don't know, didn't irk me, but I just didn't need it on as much anymore, right? But it certainly is good fun. It allows it to look really neat, and you can see it again there. I turned it off for some reason. There, it's paired now. You can see how the LEDs sort of go around. Now there are different zones. I believe there are 5 different zones that you get to customize through an app. Okay, so you can put an app on your phone, and you can go through, and I'll do a little rundown sort of this app in a minute here. You can hook up this app to the speaker, and you can have creative control over how you want this speaker to function. And that's neat. I really do like the creative control of having the speaker, being able to put the RGB spectrum around it and sort of make it my own. It does hinder battery life, so that's kind of a knock against it. Usually they said 8 hours, and I was getting around, about the 7 to 8 hour mark with the lights off. When you turn the lights on, I got to about the 4.5, 5 hour mark. So it all depends on what you want to use it for. If you want to use it as, this little light show for you and a few friends when you're sitting playing board games or whatever, you just know that you're going to have to charge this a little bit more often or keep it plugged in. But if you're out and nobody's looking at it and you just want it to play music, turn it off, and you can hit it with just a button here, and that is going to work for you. Okay, so here is sort of a closer look at the Creative, and I will talk about the Expectra app. And this is the app that they use from Creative that gives you control over how this speaker sort of functions. So I bring in my phone here. Here's the Expectra app, and I'll let it focus here real quick. Isn't the easiest thing to do with you talking about LED lights. And I'll click on the Expectra app here. And there we go. So it's already paired to my phone because my phone is Bluetooth paired to the speaker. So everything works great here. Okay. Now the one thing I've sort of noticed here, you can't change, and I'll prop this up against the wall real quick. You can't change any sort of settings while this light ring is active. So if I say, okay, I want fireworks, if I press fireworks, oh, it did work. So never mind, I'm full of it. So that's gonna work. And then I go Hot Wheels, and it goes Hot Wheels. And you're gonna see a little over arrow sort of over in this corner. If I push that, I can change the color. One color, great. What color do I want? I want red. Perfect. Okay, purple, whatever I want. I sort of play with it to my heart's content, and it'll pick what I sort of want. Now, I understand that it's not the easiest to see what colors I'm picking because the glare on my phone is unreal. I need to figure out a better way to do this, so I apologize for all of you out there watching this and being like, hey Craig, we can't see what's going on. I'll have to figure out a better way to shoot, but that's on me, not on you. So if you have any questions, again, ask them and I'll let you know. So here's the full spectrum, and it glows with this nice mirrored sort of halo around it. So it's really nice. Now, one thing I did notice is that this halo, this mirror, it really, really loves fingerprints, and it really, really loves dirt and dust and sort of stuff. So you just got to be careful. So there you have it. There's my review of the Creative Halo speaker. I think it's a nice little package. I don't think there's nothing here that, screams awful to me. It might not be your bag of sort of tricks. If you don't like the RGB or you just want straight up battery life, then this might not be it for you. But if you want to make it your own, if you want to sort of make it a little bit more, spectacle-y, then this is definitely the speaker for you, because it allows you to do that at a relatively decent price. So with that out of the way, guys, I hope you liked this review. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. I want to grow my viewer count. I'm almost at 300, and when I hit 300 subscribers, I'm going to give away a $50 Amazon gift card in your local currency. So that should be soon. I think I'm about 15 subscribers away. So make sure if you're watching this, hit that. Leave comments, ask questions, check out my other videos. You know, I like to create a community and have that sort of openness. And if you have any questions, let me know. So with that out of the way, I'll catch you guys in the next one.